Hey, what's up, Facebook Live? This is TK, Dr. TK, Takesha Jackson. And I wanted to post a video today from something that popped up in my head regarding some conversations I've been having with some colleagues of mine and some peers. The topic of today is Successful Women Chronicles. And I'm going to be talking about societal views as far as what it means to be a successful woman and specifically expectations. And so the one thing that I really want to focus on today is the societal view of young women having children when they're younger. So let me just give a little quick disclosure for those of you who are going to join me now or later. Please do not get into your feelings. This is not directly to anyone. I'm not doing subliminal messages. I'm just speaking from the heart and kind of telling you what it's been like to be in my shoes, be a successful African-American woman, specifically from Compton, California, and have certain expectations try to be placed upon me because of my choices that I decided to take upon myself. And so most people know I'm married. I have a stepson, Joel's. I'm married to Ivory, and I have a very happy family. I don't have a biological child myself. And so oftentimes when I introduce myself to people prior to my marriage, people would ask me, did I have kids? And I would say no. And people's face would kind of give me a mixed message. On one end, they would say that's an awesome job because you pushed yourself through school. You got your doctorate degree by the time I think I was like 29, I was done. And I don't have any kids. Now, of course, at that time I was single. So of course that looked like a downfall, but a lot of people assumed that I was single because I was successful, and that really pissed me off. And so if I can even look back, when I first started grad school, I was 25 years old. And I remember at that time I had baby fever. And so hence I had my first dog, September. She joined my family because it wasn't time for me to have a kid at that time. I had to complete 4 years of grad school. I had to push through with no breaks. No disrespect for any women who strive through, have to take breaks from school or from work or anything else to be able to take care of their seed. That's number one. But I just chose to make the selection not to get pregnant during grad school. If I'm paying a lot of money, I'm not even gonna say how much. If I'm paying a lot of money to go to school, I'm not taking no damn breaks. Okay, I went from 12th grade all the way to get my doctorate degree. And so myself, along with, her name is Dr. Roche Brown, but she was my friend at the time, we were really tripping out because everybody around us was having kids. And of course, as a woman, we want to bear a child. But at the same time, we had actual goals, which I'm actually now living in my reality of my goals back then. And so the conversation that we had, which she actually shed a lot of insight on it, is she said, who's to say that you have to have a child by the time you're 20? And I thought about that because at the time we were actually working with adolescent girls and adolescent boys. And it would really bother me that my black boys up in Richmond, California, they would tell me that the reason they're trying to get a girl pregnant at 15, 16, 17 years old is because they want to leave their seed behind. And that really peed me off because there again, we have a statistical information about there's going to be a lot of baby mamas. There's going to be a lot of young women without an African-American male to take care of their child, because these young men at the time had straight up told me in counseling, I don't plan on being alive beyond 18 because of the lifestyle that I choose to live. And so I started to take a real look at what the messages that were being delivered to our young women were. And that's why me and Dr. Brown actually started some girls groups. But for myself, again, I made the selection not to have a child when I was in school. And so the bottom line is what me and Dr. Brown had came up with is that I feel like I selected my lifestyle. My lifestyle that I had in my mind when I was 23, 24 years old, deciding if I wanted to get my doctorate degree, was that I told myself, I eventually don't want to work for anybody else. I want to work for Takesha, TK. I want to have my own corporation, which I do. I want to be able to travel, which I do. I want to have my own house, which I do. I want to be married, which I am. And I want to have children. I have one through my marriage, and I plan on having 1 or 2 just between me and my husband. So it's going to be a family of 2 to 3, believe that. But I chose to select to wait and put some of my personal needs on hold because I wanted to be successful later. So again, those of you who join me, this is not a disrespect to those women who have chosen either to have, kids early, but it just really bothers me that people go around and say, because I'm 35 years old, I'm I'm 36, sorry, had a birthday. Because I'm 36 years old, a lot of people sit there and tell me I'm too old to have a damn kid. Now, I don't know who ain't been watching my personal Facebook pages and my Instagrams. I actually got a lot more energy than these 20-year-olds walking around here with no damn kids. And so I think that I will be fine. I'm sure there will be a struggle because my body is not made the way that it was at 19 and 20 years old. But again, I'm living my reality. And so if I can say anything before I leave this video, this message is specifically for young women and young men. If you have a checkoff list that you want to accomplish by a certain age, make it happen. If you want to shelf off having kids because you want to get some things in order to take care of you and maybe even your parents or your family, make it happen. There is no timeline of when you have to have kids. I mean, damn, it's 2016. I think there is plenty of technology around to help you have a child. I see it on the news all the time. These babies come out actually healthy and people are 60. I am 36. So if I'm 36 and you working on your college degree or your master's degree at 20, 23 years old, go ahead and push through that and finish. Don't let anyone tell you to stop and go ahead and meet the needs of what's around the hood. Because that's another thing. Because I grew up in a hood, the expectation was that I was going to have a baby when I was 15, 18, 19 years old. But everything is a choice. And so more than likely, I'm going to be putting more videos out there like this because I think a lot of videos right now are highlighting everything negative going out in some of these neighborhoods like Compton, Long Beach, Watts, Richmond, and some other cities that have some good and some bad parts. However, it's nice for even the people who are listening right now or listening later. I'd actually encourage you to post videos about how you've been successful, whether that's been successful throughout your current day, like today. I was very productive today. Or what are your goals for the next week, the next month, the next year, the next 6 months, etc. What are your goals for your education? What are your goals for if you want to own a business, for your family, and etc. But don't stop. Do not give up. This is TK signing out. Thanks for all those who signed in. Have a great day. I'm about to go teach. Drop some knowledge on these people. Bye.